Today, we are tackling one of the most human challenges out there, managing our money. We're going to look at why it's so much less about complicated spreadsheets and way more about understanding the very human brain that's actually in charge of your wallet. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's just dive right in. Have you ever had that feeling where you know what you're supposed to be doing with your money? Save more, spend less, all that stuff, but actually doing it feels like a whole other battle? Yeah, that's because we're not these perfectly logical robots. We're driven by feelings, by habits, and by our own weird psychology. And this right here is really the heart of the problem. It's something called emotional spending. It's when feelings like stress after a long day, or boredom on a Sunday afternoon, or even just excitement grab the steering wheel, and all that logical, need-based thinking gets shoved in the backseat. I love this quote from Joyce Marter because it just perfectly captures the real goal. See, true financial control isn't about feeling restricted. It's the exact opposite. It's about freedom. It's about getting to a place where you're making conscious, intentional choices instead of just reacting with your wallet. So, does this list look a little familiar? I bet it does. It actually comes from a super relatable post on Reddit, and it perfectly shows what experts call the knowing-doing gap. We know that daily coffee adds up, but that immediate reward of a warm latte is it's too good to pass up in the moment. And it's these little impulsive buys where our best intentions just kind of fall apart. So, what's really going on here? Well, if you've ever beaten yourself up for not having enough discipline or willpower, I've got some really good news for you. The problem isn't you. It's not about willpower. It's about understanding how your brain is literally wired to create and follow habits, for better or for worse. This idea comes from James Clear's incredible book, Atomic Habits, and he makes this powerful point. We need to stop blaming ourselves and start looking at our systems. Think about it. A person with a messy desk and a person with a clean desk could have the exact same goal of being organized. The difference? It's their system. The same thing is true with our money. And this is the science behind it all, the habit loop. It's a simple 4-step pattern. The cue might be finishing a really stressful meeting at work. That triggers the craving for relief. The response is to pull out your phone and order some comfort food. And the reward? That feeling of satisfaction. The key is to change the habit. You have to find a way to interrupt this loop, not just try to power through it. And this is where it all clicks into place. This isn't just about quick fixes. It's about who you see yourself as. The real goal isn't just to save some money. It's to become a person who is good with money. Every single financial choice we make is like a little vote for the type of person we want to be. So how do we make sure we're casting those votes for our future selves over and over again? We build a better system. We're going to talk about how to design a financial setup that makes the good decisions the easiest, most automatic choices. A system that has your back even on the days you don't feel motivated at all. Okay, this is the absolute #1 rule, the bedrock of any good financial system. Before you pay rent, before you buy groceries, before you pay for anything else, the very first bill you pay each month is to your future self. Seriously, this one shift in thinking changes everything. You want to get to a point where saving money is a non-choice. That's what the experts at Truist Bank call it, and it means it just happens automatically, in the background, without you ever having to debate, should I save this money or should I spend it? You take the decision and all that required willpower right out of the equation. So what does that actually look like? Here's your checklist, your toolkit. Set up your direct deposit so that a piece of your paycheck goes straight into savings before you even see it. Definitely auto-fund that 401k, especially if your job has a match that's literally free money. Put your big bills on autopay. All of these little things make good financial habits obvious, easy, and weirdly satisfying. All right, let's talk about the big one for so many of us, debt. It can feel like this huge, overwhelming mountain standing between you and your goals. But the good news is there are 2 really clear, proven strategies for tackling it. So let's break them down. So you've got 2 main approaches here. On the left is the debt snowball. This one is all about psychology. You attack your smallest debts first, no matter the interest rate, to get some quick, motivating wins under your belt. On the right, you've got the debt avalanche. This is pure math. You go after the debt with the highest interest rate first, which will save you the most money over time. And this visual just makes it so clear, doesn't it? The snowball on the left, you see, it's about building momentum, like a snowball rolling downhill, getting bigger and bigger as you knock out each small debt. The avalanche on the right is like tackling the highest peak of a mountain range first. It might be a tougher climb at the start, but it's the most efficient path down. And here's the secret. There's no right answer. The best method is whichever one you'll actually stick with. So you're building your systems, you're tackling your debt. What's the end game? Well, it's about becoming a true wealth builder. And, the research shows that what this actually looks like is way different from what we see on Instagram or in the movies. Let's start with a wild number, 81%. Any guesses? That is the percentage of millionaires who buy their cars. They don't lease them. Why? Because they know a fancy car is a rapidly depreciating asset, not a status symbol. And that's just scratching the surface. The real millionaire next door is often pretty frugal. They know exactly what their family spends on groceries. They're more likely to drive a reliable used car. And they focus their energy on building multiple streams of income. See, it's not about what they earn. It's about how they behave. It's all substance over style. And this quote just nails the entire mindset, doesn't it? It's about choosing the real, lasting freedom that comes with financial independence over the fleeting satisfaction of just looking rich. So that brings us right back around to this powerful idea. Every time you automate a transfer to savings, or pay a little extra on a loan, or even just pause for 24 hours before making a big purchase, you're casting a vote. You're reinforcing that identity of someone who is intentional, who is disciplined, and who is in control of their own future. So I'll just leave you with this question. What's the one small vote you'll cast today? It doesn't have to be some massive life-altering change. Maybe it's just setting up one tiny automatic transfer to your savings account. Maybe it's unsubscribing from one marketing email that always tempts you to spend. What's that one small atomic action you'll take to vote for your future self starting right now?